All right, welcome to the Bicycle Rider YouTube and the long-awaited 2021 Specialized Rockhopper is in the house. This is the Rockhopper Expert. I've seen several of the Rockhopper Base come through, but we're starting to get some of the Rockhopper Sports, Rockhopper Basics, Rockhopper Experts, and Elites starting to come through and then filter into our trail systems. And I see people smiling when they're riding these. For one reason, the Rockhopper has really brought performance to the people for a good price. Most of these Rockhoppers are under $1,200. This is the top of the line 2021 Specialized Rockhopper Expert right here. This bike is $1,200 and it is really badass for the money. They've really spec'd this bike very well for $1,200. Let me just go through, a couple of the high points. One, we got to start with a new Rockhopper frame, and Specialized has really put a lot of R&D, a lot of engineering, a lot of testing into this frame to make this frame perform well above its price point. It is a highly crafted A1 aluminum frame, and no one does aluminum like Specialized does. I think Specialized knocks it out of the park with their aluminum frames and their smart weld technology. But this bike is actually set up for internal cable routing. It's mated to a RockShox Judy Solo Air. So this is a really nice suspension fork. And on a $1,200 bike, to have a fork and frame combination like this to build on is really superb. It's got nice hydraulic brakes. They're Shimano hydraulic brakes. From the levers here all the way down to the calipers, it's a sealed system, so you don't have to worry about grit and mud and stuff getting stuck in a cable. Everything really flows good. On the drivetrain, you can see they've really lightened things up and made a really rock solid choice by including the SRAM 1x11. This is the SRAM SX, and it performs very well. It's kind of a no frills, but highly, it's a system that works really well. You've got a 50 tooth on the rear, so if you need to climb, you've got plenty of climbing, and I believe it's a 10 on the small gear, so you can get plenty of speed out of this bike too. With a one bike, keeps things nice and simple. You don't have a front derailleur here to get clogged up with mud or cause any problems, and it also keeps your bars really simple up top. So if you look here, there's just one shifter on the right hand side, and that's where you get a real positive textile feel shifting this bike through the gears. And like I said, with this SRAM 1x system, this bike really performs very well. Out on the trails, this bike is extremely agile. I keep going back to the $1,200 price, but most of the time, I'm riding a much more expensive bike than this, and I'm only saying that because this bike has impressed me for the price. I spend more than this on my wheel. So for $1,200, this bike really does zip through the trails very good. It's a very solid bike. It's a robust bike. It's the kind of bike that you don't have to worry about things falling apart on the trail. It's a good quality bike, and think it's Specialized is really knocking things out of the park this year with their value to dollar ratio. Here on the Bicycle Rider YouTube, if you like our content, please hit subscribe, and that lets us buy things like this this scale here, so we can put actual weights on the bike. I'm going to have to do a little trick here to see what this bike weighs. 28, 29, 30. So, under 30 pounds is 29 pounds, and this is bone stock, and the bike really does feel planted when you're riding it. So I think it's a good weight ratio as well. Solid bike for the money. 2021 Specialized Rockhopper Expert. This one's in gloss green, and it looks absolutely awesome. Thank you.